Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. So in our previous video lecture, we already learned how to find the value of particular integral when the right hand side of linear differential equation is trigonometric function, that is sine of ax or cos of ax. So in this video lecture, we are taking some additional examples which are critical for finding the value of particular integral. So for more practice for this particular integral, so we are conducting this session, so this video lecture. Now let me first once again revise the particular integral type number 2. So how to find the value of particular integral when capital X, that means right hand side of linear differential equation, is sine of ax or cos of x. Then particular integral formula says that, so replace d square by minus a square. We already learned this thing so during our previous video lecture. Now let me once again revise that. When we replace d square by minus a square, then there are three possibilities. So first possibility is that, so it may possible that we may get a constant term in the denominator when we replace d square by minus a square. So for example, 1 upon d square plus 9 into sine of 2x is equal to, when we replace d square by a square, the value of a is 2, and if we make it square and attach minus sign, then we get denominator as 1 upon 5. Similarly, second possibility is that when we replace d square by a square with minus sign, so then it may possible that we get 0 term in the denominator. So for example, if we try to find the value of particular integral of 1 upon d square plus 4 into sine of 2x, then if we replace d square by minus a square, that means a square with minus sign, then value of a is 2, its square is 4, so 2 square minus sign plus 4, that means we get 0 term in the denominator. So whenever we get 0 term in the denominator, so in this case attach x on numerator and take the derivative of denominator with respect to d. So here attach x on numerator, derivative of d square is 2d into sine of 2x. So again, whenever a single d term is available in the denominator, so for finding the particular integral of sine of ax or cos of x, that means when we solve the example based on type number 2, then when single d term is available in the denominator, then use the formula 1 upon d into x is equal to integration of x dx. If we apply this formula, then we get constant term in the denominator. So similarly, third possibility is that when we replace d square by a square with minus sign, then it may possible that we get single either d plus a term or d minus a term in the denominator. So in this case, we have to rationalize the equation so that in denominator we can get the d square term. So now here example is that, so if we try to find the value of particular integral of 1 upon d square plus 3d plus 2 into sine of 2x, if we replace d square by a square, then after simplification of denominator, we get this as 1 upon 3d minus 2 into sine of 2x. So now here observe that in denominator we get single d term. So as per the type number 2 for sine of ax or cos of x, when single d term is present in the denominator, we cannot replace d square by a square with minus sign. So to get d square term in the denominator, rationalize the term. So rationalize the term means multiply and divide by 3d plus 2. So after dividing and multiplying by 3d plus 2, we get 9d square minus 4 in the denominator, and numerator is 3d plus 2. Then after getting d square in the denominator, we can easily replace d square by a square with minus sign, and in this way we get constant term in the denominator. So again, numerator d term can be removed if we multiply numerator by sine of 2x. So that means there are three possibilities when we replace d square by a square with minus sign: either constant term in the denominator, 0 term in the denominator, and we get single d plus a or d minus a term type of term in the denominator. So these are the three possibilities. So based on this three possibility, it is always possible for us to solve any example which for finding the value of particular integral which is based on type number 2. Now let's take some more example. In previous video lecture we already solved 4 example. Now let's take the 5th example based on type number 2. So now here equation is d raised to 4 plus 8d square plus 16 into y equal to sine square x. If we try to solve this example, then we know that this type of equation has two type of solution. One is called as complementary function and second is called as particular integral. So complementary function is obtained by solving auxiliary equation. So here the value of auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 plus 8d square plus 16 is equal to 0. So here this is the fourth order equation, but this equation is the perfect square of d square plus 4 its square. So if we make a factor of this term, then we get d square plus 4 is equal to 0 and d square plus 4 is equal to 0. So finally we get the value of root of this equation as plus minus 2i and plus minus 2i. That means we get repeated complex root. So we know the formula for repeated complex root. So here the value of alpha is 0 and that of beta is 2. So then complementary function is e raised to alpha x, that means e raised to 0x, then c1 plus c2x cos of 2x plus c3 plus c4x into sine of x. So this is our equation number 1. So actually once again I will repeat the value of complementary function. E raised to 0x c1 plus c2x cos of 2x plus c3 plus c4x sine of 2x. So now this is equation A, which is related to the complementary function. Now let's find out the value of particular integral. So whenever we find the value of particular integral of any equation, so first try to write the value of right hand side term of linear equation. So here the right hand side value of linear equation is sine square x and we are denoting this value by capital X. So it is not possible for us to apply type number 2 here, because given equation is not in our standard form, because standard form is sine of ax. Now here we get the term as a sine square x. So now but it is possible for us to convert this example in terms of standard form with the help of some basic results. So we know that sine square of x is equal to 1 minus cos of 2x upon 2. So if we simplify this term and if we rearrange this term, then we get this as 1 upon 2. So we can replace constant by e raised to 0x minus cos of 2x. So after taking 1 upon 2 common, so first term is e raised to 0x, which is in the form e raised to ax type number 1, and second term is cos of 2x, which is based on type number 2 for finding the value of particular integral. Now if we apply the formula for particular integral, then 1 upon f of d. So value of f of d is d raised to 4 plus 8d square plus 60 into sine square x, that means 1 minus cos of 2x upon 2. So if we once again rearrange this equation, then in this equation 1 upon 2 is constant. Take 1 upon 2 separately common, then we can write this as 1 upon d raised to 4 plus 8 d square plus 16 into e raised to 0x minus cos of 2x. So now let's split the term e raised to 0x minus cos of 2x into two parts. So we get this as 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon d raised to 4 plus 8 d square plus 16 into e raised to 0x minus 1 upon d square its square. So we arrange this term because here we get this term as sine of ax or cos of ax form. Then we know that for whenever sine and cos term is available, then we are replacing d square by minus a square. So now here observe that we get power as d raised to 4. So to convert this power in terms of d square, so we can write this as d square its square plus 8 times d square plus 16, so that we can easily replace d square by a square with minus sign. So that's why we arrange d raised to 4 as d square its square. Now if we apply the formula as f of 1 upon f of d e raised to x is equal to 1 upon f of a e raised to x, that means replace d by a for the first term, as first term is exponential function, then we can write this as 0 raised to 4 plus 8 into 0 square plus 16 into e raised to 0x plus if we take this middle sign is minus, then according to the second type, so whenever cos and sin term is there, replace d square by a square with minus sign, value of a is 2, so 2 square is 4, minus sign, again it's square, then again plus 8 into d square means 4, 2 square is 4, again minus sign we have attached here, plus 16 into cos of 2x. If we further simplify this term, then we get the value of first term as 1 upon 16, whereas the value of second term denominator value is 0. As we know that whenever the value of denominator is 0, then we are attaching x on numerator and we are taking derivative of d denominator with respect to d. So then denominator value is 4d cube plus 16d into cos of 2x. So role of first term is over, because in first term d term is absent, so we can write the first term as it is 1 upon 16 only, or we may write this as 1 upon 16 into e raised to 0x minus, once again replace d square by a square, but in the denominator d cube term is there, so we can write d cube as d square into d. So that's why d square is 4 minus sign, that means 2 square is 4 if we attach the minus sign, plus 16d. So because we are not replacing d, because as per the result we are only replacing d square by a square, so we can keep 16d as it is into cos of 2x, so which is equal to 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon 60 minus, once again if we observe the denominator of this term, then denominator of this term is 0. So now to avoid the 0 in the denominator, once again attach x on numerator and take the derivative of denominator. So x into x square, denominator is now 4 is 12 d square plus 16 into cos of 2x. So once again apply the formula or replace d square by a square with minus sign, then we get 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon 16 minus x square upon 12 into minus 4 plus 16 into cos of 2x. So after simplifying the denominator term and taking 1 upon 2 to the inner side, we get the final value for particular integral as 1 upon 32 plus x square into cos of 2x upon 64. So in this way we get the value of particular integral. So if we combine the value of complementary function and particular integral, it is possible for us to find out the value of complete solution. Now complete solution is given, which is y is equal to e raised to 0x c1 plus c2x cos of 2x plus c3 plus c4x sin of 2x plus 1 upon 32 plus x square cos of 2x upon 64. So this is the fifth example, which is based on type number 2. Now let's take the sixth example, somehow complicated example. So now our aim for preparing this second video lecture based on type number 2 is to solve the critical examples. Now here example is d raised to 4 plus 10d square plus 9y equal to 96 sin of 2x into cos x. We know that first we have to find the value of complementary function. So here the value of auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 plus 10d square plus 9 equal to 0. So this is the equation which is of fourth order, that means power of d is 4 here. So whenever power of d is 4, so we have to adjust the middle term, or we have to make the square of given equation so that we can get the root of this equation. So if we adjust the middle term 10d square, that means if we split the term 10d square as d square plus 9d square, then we get the factor of this term as d square plus 1 and d square plus 9 equal to 0. So after solving for the root of equation, we get the value of d as plus minus I and plus minus 3i. So these roots are complex. So as per the standard formula for obtaining the complementary function for complex root. In both the root, value of alpha is 0, whereas beta for the first root is 1 and beta value for the second root is 3. So then complementary function for the first complex root is e raised to 0x in bracket c1 cos of x plus c2 sin of x plus e raised to 0x in second bracket for the second complex root c3 cos of 3x plus c4 sin of 3x. So this is the value of complementary function. Now let's find out the value of particular integral. So here the value of capital X is 96 sin of 2x into cos x. So this as per our type number 2, so we require the single term to apply the type number 2. So we require either sin of ax or cos of ax. But here we observe that, so this term is the product of sin of 2x into cos x. So it is not possible for us to apply the result because given equation is not in our standard form. So but we can easily convert this equation in terms of our standard form by applying some basic results. So here a given term is sin of 2x into cos x, and our aim is to apply some basic results and convert this term in single sin or single cos term. So for this, if we try to apply the formula, sin of a cos b is equal to 1 upon 2 sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b. If we apply this formula to the given right hand side of a linear differential equation, then we can get the value of capital X as 48 sin of 3x plus sin of x. So now sin of 3x as well as sin of x is in our standard form. So now we can apply the type number 2 here. So now if we try to find the value of particular integral, then particular integral is 1 upon d raised to 4 plus 10 d square plus 9 into 48 sin of 3x plus sin of x. So here the value of capital X is sin of 3x and sin of x. So let's these are the two value. So let's split the given two value into the two parts. So we get this as 48, which is constant, 1 upon d raised to 4. So here first value of sin of 3x as well as second value is sin of x. So according to the type number 2, we are replacing d square by a square with minus sign, and here we get the value of power of d as 4 and we required the power of d as 2. So let's write down the power d raised to 4 as d square its square plus 10 d square plus 9. So because we are replacing d square by a square with minus sign, that's why we adjust the fourth power of d. Similarly adjust the fourth power of d in second term, and in next step replace d square by a square. So in first term value of a is 3. So if we replace 3 its square, that means 9 minus sign again its square plus 10. When we replace d square by a square, that means 3 square is 9 with minus sign plus 9 into sin of 3x plus second term. If we observe the second term, then in second term value of a is 1 because sin of ax, if we compare with sin of x, then value of a is 1. That means sin of ax, and if we compare this value with sin of x, then we get the value of a as 1. So then replace d square by 1 square with minus sign, then we get this type of denominator. Then if we simplify the first term denominator, then we get the value as 0. So to after getting 0 in the denominator, we have to attach x on numerator and take the derivative of denominator. So derivative of denominator is 4d cube plus 20d into sin of 3x plus, again if we solve the value or if we simplify the denominator of second term, again the denominator of second term is also 0. So again attach x on numerator and take the derivative of denominator. So derivative of d raised to 4 plus 10d square plus 9 is 4d cube plus 20d into sin of x. So once again apply the formula for sin of ax, replace d square by a square with minus sign. Here we write d cube as d square into d. So that's why 4 into value of d square as 3 square is 9 with minus sign, d plus 20 into d. So we cannot replace 20d. So because we are, as per the standard result type number 2, we are only replacing d square by a square. For the second term, again write d cube as d square into d. So after writing this term, we get the value of denominator as 4 into minus 1d plus 20d into sine of x. So here if we simplify the value of denominator in first term, then we get denominator as minus 16d, that means x upon minus 16d sine of 3x, plus if we simplify the value of denominator in second term, then we get denominator as plus 16d, that means x upon 16d sine of x. So as per our formula, we are only replacing d square by a square, but here we get the single value of d. But we know that whenever we get the single value of d in terms of sine on and cos, then we are using the formula 1 upon d into capital X is equal to integration of capital X dx. So if we apply that formula, then we get the value of complete solution of this equation as x upon minus 16 into integration of sine of 3x dx plus x upon 16 integration of sine x dx. So after doing simple calculation, we get the final answer for particular integral as x into cos of 3x minus 3x cos x. So this is the value of particular integral. So after combining the value of complementary function and particular integral, we get the final solution as e raised to 0x c1 cos of x plus c2 sin of x plus e raised to 0x c3 cos of, the value is cos of 3x plus c4 sin of 3x plus x cos of 3x minus 3x cos of x. So in this way we can solve the complicated example. For solving such type of complicated example, we require the basic results. Now let's take the next 7th example. So here example is d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 into y equal to cos of x by 2 into cos of 3x by 2. So if we try to find the value of particular, if we try to find the value of complementary function, then here the value of auxiliary equation is d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 equal to 0. So now this equation is in the 4th power of d. So whenever equation is in the 4th power of d, then there are two possibilities. Basically, generally there are two possibilities. First possibility is that we have to split the middle term into the two parts. This is the first possibility. And second possibility is that, so we have to make the perfect square of the given equation, or we have to make the factor of the given equation, so that we get the perfect square. So then if we observe d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 equal to 0, if we split the middle term 5d square as d square plus 4d square, then we get the factor of this equation as d square plus 1 and d square plus 4 equal to 0. So if we solve this equation carefully, then we get the root of this equation as plus minus I and d is equal to plus minus 2i. So in both the roots we get complex root. In both the term of d we get the complex root, whereas the value of alpha in the first root is 0, whereas beta is 1, and the value of alpha is 0 and value of beta is 2 in the second root. So if we apply the formula for finding the value of complementary function, then complementary function is e raised to 0x in bracket c1 cos of x plus c2 sin x plus e raised to 0x c3 cos of 2x plus c4 sin of 2x. So this is the value of complementary function. Now let's try to find the value of particular integral. So friends, here please try to understand that whenever we find the value of particular integral of any equation, so first write down the value of right hand side term of the linear equation. So here the right hand side value of linear equation is cos of x by 2 into cos of 3x by 2. So as per our type number 2, we required either sine of ax or cos of ax term. Now but here this term is the product of cos term, so we cannot apply type number 2 here for solving the example. but we can convert this example in terms of either sine or cos with the help of basic result. If we apply the basic result as cos A cos B, which is equal to 1 upon 2 cos of A minus B plus cos of A plus B. So after applying this result, we can easily convert the value of cos of x by 2 into cos of 3x by 2 as 1 upon 2 cos x plus cos of 2x. So now here the bracketed term cos x plus cos of 2x, this equation is in our standard form, so that we can easily apply type number 2 to solve or to find the value of particular integral. So now let's try for the particular integral. So we convert x cos of x by 2 cos of 3x by 2 as 1 upon 2 cos x plus cos of 2x. So then particular integral is 1 upon f of d, which is 1 upon d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 into value of capital X 1 upon 2 cos x plus cos of 2x. So then this capital X is the value which is divided into the two parts. So let's split the given equation into the two part after taking 1 upon 2 common. So first term is 1 upon let's again write down the value of d raised to 4 as d square, its square, because in the given example cos term is available, and as per the type number 2, so we are replacing d square by a square with minus sign. So now here power of d is 4, so let's write down the power of d, 4th power of d as d square into its square plus 5d square plus 4 into cos x, plus again in second term also we get cos of 2x term. So let's write down the power of d raised to 4 as d square its square, so that we can easily replace d square by a square with minus sign. So in the first term value of a is 1, that means replace d square by 1. So in the first term we get 1 upon 1 minus sign its square plus 5 into minus 1 plus 4 cos of x. So if we observe the second term, then in second term value of a is 2. If we compare cos of 2x with cos of ax, then value of a is 2. So then replace d square by a square with minus sign, then 2 square is 4. In this way we get the value of second term. So if we simplify the denominator of first as well as second term, then we get the value 0 in the denominator. So that means we are getting 0 in the denominator. So whenever we get 0 term in the denominator, at that time we are attaching x on numerator and we are taking the derivative of denominator. So 1 upon 2 is common, so attach x on numerator. So x upon derivative of d raised to 4 plus 5d square plus 4 is 4d cube plus 10 into cos x, plus again x upon derivative of denominator into cos of 2x. So we get the same derivative because function is same. So now again as per the cos formula, replace d square by a square with minus sign, but here we get d cube term. So let's write down d cube as d square into d, and again if we replace d square by a square, in the first term value of a is 1, then we get this as first term as x upon 4 into minus 1d plus 10d into cos x. So for the second term value of a is 2. If we replace d square by 2 square minus sign, then we get 4 into minus 4d plus 10d into cos of 2x. So here observe that if we simplify the denominator term, then in denominator we get value for the first term as x upon 6d cos x, plus for the second term we get the value of denominator as x upon minus 6d into cos of 2x. So we know that whenever single d term is available in cos term or sin term, then we are using the formula 1 upon d into x is equal to integration of x dx. According to that standard formula, we can write this as 1 upon 2 x upon 6, then integration of cos of x dx, plus x upon minus 6 into integration of cos of 2x dx. So after taking simple integration of cos term, we get the value or final value for the particular integral as 1 upon 12 x sin x minus 1 upon 24 x sin of 2x. So in this way we get the value of particular integral. If we combine the value of complementary function and particular integral, we get the complete solution of this equation, which is mentioned in the last line. Now let's take the example number 8. So this is the last example for the type number 2. So here the value of equation is d square plus 4 into y equal to sine x into cos of 3x. Then sine of x into cos of 2x is the right hand side term. So here the value of complementary function is obtained by solving the auxiliary equation. So here auxiliary equation is d square plus 4. So if we solve this equation, then we get the root as d is equal to plus minus 2i. So then complementary function is e raised to 0x in bracket c1 cos of 2x plus c2 sine of 2x. So here these roots are complex, that's why this is the value of complementary function. Now let's find out the value of particular integral. So here the value of right hand side term is x, which is sine of x into cos of 3x. So now this equation is not in our standard form, because for the standard form type number 2 we required either sine term or cos term. Now here this term is the product of sine and cos term, but if we apply the standard formula, then we can easily convert this equation in terms of single sine term. So if we apply the formula sine a cos b, which is equal to 1 upon 2 sine of a plus b plus sine of a minus b, then we can write the given term sine x into cos of 3x as 1 upon 2 sine of 4x minus sine of 2x. So after writing this formula, if we try to find the value of particular integral, then particular integral is 1 upon f of d, which is 1 upon d square plus 4, then value of capital X, which is 1 upon 2, which is common, sine of 4x minus sine of 2x. So capital X is the part of 2 term, so let's split the given equation into 2 parts. So 1 upon 2 is again common for all remaining steps. Then first term is 1 upon d square plus 4 sine of 4x minus 1 upon d square plus 4 into sine of 2x. So now as per the standard formula type number 2 for finding the value of particular integral, replace d square by a square with minus sign. So we get in the first term value of a is 2, because if we compare sine of ax with sine of 4x, then we get the value of a as 4. So replace d square by 4 its square, that means 16 with minus sign. Similarly for the second term, value of a is 2. If we compare sine of 2x with sine of ax, then value of a is 2. Then replace d square by 2 square with minus sign. So we get value as 4 minus sign. So if we simplify the first term, then denominator value for the first term is minus 12 into sine of 4x. So in the first term d is absent, so we can write that as the final answer for the first term. Whereas if we simplify the denominator of second term, then denominator of second term becomes 0, and we know that whenever denominator of any term becomes 0, then we are attaching x on numerator and taking the derivative of denominator. So value of numerator is x upon derivative of d square plus 4 is 2d, so into sine of 2x. So once again we get 1 upon single d term in the denominator for sine of ax or cos of ax, and we know that 1 upon single d into sine ax is available. Then we can write this as 1 upon d into x is equal to integration of x dx. This formula is applicable. So now I apply that formula and do the simple calculation, so that we can easily write this equation as minus 1 upon 24 sine of 4x plus 8 into cos of 2x. So final value is the combination of complementary function and particular integral. So complete solution is y equal to e raised to 0x c1 cos of 2x plus c2 sine of 2x minus particular integral 1 upon 24 sine of 4x plus 8 cos of 2x. So here we solve a total 8 example which is based on type number 2. So in first presentation or first video lecture we solve some simple example, whereas in the second video lecture we solve the complicated example which is based on type number 2. Now for your practice or to test your knowledge, some six examples are given for you. So now let's try to solve this example. Along with this example, answers are also provided, so verify your solution with the given answer. So now time is to thanks. So friends, thanks for patiently listening this lecture. So thanks to one and all.